One of my favorite ways to personalize a new journal or planner is to make a motivational vision board. Today I've partnered with Adobe Express to show you how easy it is to create your own vision board. Hi, I'm Ashton. I'm an artist and I run a business called Virgo and Paper where I make stickers and stationery and I teach art classes. Here on YouTube I like to share how I use my different journals and planners and some of the behind the scenes running my small business. One of my favorite ways to personalize a new journal or planner is to make a motivational vision board to represent my goals and intentions. Today I've partnered with Adobe Express to show you how easy it is to create your own vision board. And as we're getting close to the beginning of a new year, I thought this would be the perfect time to do this tutorial and show you exactly how I make my vision boards. So this was probably the first one that I ever did. And I made this in a size that would fit into my personal ring bound planner. So it's very small and portable. This one I remember, and I actually think about this one a lot. The saving money affirmation and picture seem to be really motivating to me, so I kind of emphasize that. And that was the year I started to get really organized with my finances, and I feel like that definitely comes across in the vision board. I wanted to learn InDesign. That was years ago, and I didn't end up learning InDesign until years later. That happens a lot. I'll put things on my vision board, and then eventually it does end up happening. So that's why I like to keep them, because it's really cool to see how things actually turn out. This was from 2020. I think you can see that I'm choosing less images. Like back in 2017, I started out with a ton of different pictures, and I try to just be more intentional as I go along and picking fewer images that say more. This one was 2021. That was 2022. Also from 2022, I wanted to put it right inside my bullet journal, so I did that. I actually glued them in here, and then I ended up making a smaller version. I wanted to get the same images, and this is where I started to realize, like, I would do these in Photoshop, or I would try to figure out different ways to do them using physical collage and using images I found online. And I realized I really wanted a way to have the same vision board in lots of different sizes. Once I found Adobe Express, I was very happy because you can easily make something like this and in one click resize it to any size you want. So I'm excited that Adobe Express is sponsoring this video today. Let's get into the tutorial. So if you're just making this for your own personal use, then you could use like Pinterest or something, but I highly recommend if you're going to be sharing this anywhere online or anything like that, then I definitely would recommend using royalty-free images. And two places that I recommend starting to look is unsplash.com or pixabay.com. They're libraries where you can find a bunch of images that are totally free to use. And there's also a huge library of Adobe stock images and design elements you can use right in Adobe Express. So if you only have a few pictures or you don't have any yet, don't worry, you can also find those in Adobe Express itself. I want to do like a health focused vision board, so I'm going to search for some like healthy food, workout type of images. When I'm looking for images, I also like to look at the colors and start thinking about what kind of colors I might want in my vision boards, because that's a little trick that I've kind of learned. No matter what kind of images you have, if you start thinking about the color scheme right off the bat, your whole vision board is going to be a lot more cohesive. I'm looking for some journaling images. This is definitely going to be a really calming vision board. Okay, so I have a bunch of images saved on my computer. I feel like if I'm missing anything, I can find them in Adobe Express. So one thing you can do is start with a template. I'm going to search collage vision board and see what we have for templates. Ooh, I really like the style of this one. So the template is not the right size, but it's really easy to just resize the page. Type in A5 portrait, and I'm going to leave expand image selected and press resize. I'm going to delete some of the text boxes. I just don't need them. And let's start replacing some of these photos, but I'm first going to make them a little bit bigger. I like how easy it is to just move things. Okay, let's start by replacing the photo, and we'll click replace with upload. There's so many things you can do with each image. You can rotate them, crop them. It's really easy to drag and drop to move them. I like the collage and the little paper texture that's already in the template. So I don't want to completely cover them up. I think what would be fun is to put in a photo that has a background cut out. So I'm going to upload an image and grab one of these images with the smoothie bowl and the book. I love the feature that Adobe Express has built in, which is that you can remove the background with one click. So with the image selected, under the edit menu, you will just click remove background. And boom, that's super cool. Okay, so I love the book and the smoothie bowl, but I don't want to have this spoon. So I'm going to try and remove this spoon first, and then we'll remove the background. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the background. I like how once we've removed the background, it's really easy to refine the image with the other editing features. So you can add Photoshop filters to brighten the image or give it a certain look that matches the rest of your images. I think I'm gonna go with the vintage filter, and maybe I'll apply that filter to some of the other images and see how they look together. But I like that one. Water is always super calming, and I really like it as a background for any vision board, but especially for this one because I'm trying to focus on health with this one. Drinking more water, being hydrated, lots of different things, traveling to the beach. I kind of like that layered underneath the photo where we remove the background, but I'm going to slide this up a little bit so it kind of overlaps. And I didn't try playing with different background colors, but you can also do that. Maybe a nice light blue. Okay, I feel like I just want to add something else, so I'm going to go to Elements and see what Adobe Stock has included in here. I feel like I just want some little stars or little accents. This one's perfect. If you just click it, it'll be added to your collage. I'm going to make it really small. Okay, why have one sequin when I can add a whole bunch of them? And then I didn't think I was going to add text, but I think I'm going to add a title. You know what? Instead of writing what I want to focus on, I think I'm just going to write the year 2026, because that's something I didn't do in some of my previous vision boards and I wish I had, was put the year. I'm going to spend entirely way too much time deciding on the perfect font. I feel like I could spend forever like perfecting the placement of everything, but that's what makes it fun to me. I'll use these align tools to put the year right in the middle. This looks perfect to me for my printed version, and I am going to go ahead and duplicate this page because I want to resize it so I can also use it as a background on my phone. One of the coolest features of Express is that if you want to change the size of the document you're working on, you can do that with one click. I'll press resize. I am going to choose social media and ads and then choose Instagram story because that is the perfect size for a phone background. Okay, so did a great job resizing. I think I'm just going to make a couple of the images a little bit bigger and slide them so that they're a little bit closer to the edge. Let's go ahead and download all of our images. And here we have our finished vision board. We have our print version and we have our phone version. I'm going to airdrop this one to my phone so I can set it as the background right away. It looks so good. Use as wallpaper. Okay, and now it's my lock screen. Super happy with that. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and print out my printed version. I'm actually going to print this on sticker paper so that I can just stick it into my journal. Okay, so I don't have my 2026 planner set up yet. That is coming. But for now, I'm just gonna stick a copy right here in my 2025 planner. It literally looks so good. Okay, let's cut it out. And with the sticker paper, I can super easily just peel this off. Start in the inside and then kind of work our way to the outside. Okay, and here it is. So we have like my current week right there. I'm gonna have to bookmark this page so I can flip right open. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and seeing how I make my vision boards, and I hope you'll try out Adobe Express with the remove background tool to make your own. Definitely let me know in the comments if you have used Adobe Express to make a collage or for anything else. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again in the next one.